كيف حالكم? I welcome all of you to learn Arabic online with Lubna Dumayan. A question for you, dear fellas. What do we call the verb in which the second and third root letters are the same? This phenomenon implies repetition, recurrence of the same letter. Yes? It is the geminate or doubled verb al-fiʿlu l-muḍaʿṛafu, consisting of identical adjacent consonants. You have already encountered words derived from roots with double radicals. From the root qaf, lam, lam, we can derive the adjective qalil, few, little, insignificant amount. The geminate form one verb qalla, to listen, to diminish. See, I am stressing the end of the verb qalla. We don't say qala. Qalla. The verbal noun qilla, shortage or deficiency. See here, you may spot the gemination of letters. Qalla, qilla, qalil, separated or unified. Madid. Here we have the two letters separated, so there is no stress. Madid, dal, dal. Lengthened or extended. Madda, to extend or stretch out. From the root, mim, dal, and another dal. Junna, be or become crazy. Majnoon. Majnoon is the passive participle of junna. Junoon is the verbal noun. They are all acquired from the root jim, noon, and another noon. Happy is the passive participle. So happy is masroor, the passive participle of surra. So surra, masroor. From the root sin, ra, ra. The root ha, dal, dal delivers the verb hadda, to limit, with the passive participle mahdud, limited. Form one verb habba and form one for ahabba, to love or to like, are similar in meaning but different in form and conjugation. Falling from the roots ha, ba, and another ba. Roots are essential for fruits. Sorry, I mean Arabic words. Always think about food more than Arabic. Using the root templates, fa, ain, lam. Remember the placeholders of the radicals of all form one verbs. Fa representing the first radical, ain second, and lam the third. We say that the doubled verb derives from a fa, lam, lam, since we have the same repeating letter. So instead of saying fa, ain, lam, we say just fa, lam, lam. and assimilates to render فَلَّ, like مَدَّ or قَلَّ, or فُلَّ, like جُنَّ or سُرَّ. You may say, why not فَ عَيْنْ عَيْنْ instead of فَ لَمْ لَمْ? It could be, since there is no objection to this, but it's harder to pronounce the letter عين. So if you like challenge, go for it and say فَعَ instead of فَلَّ. Same thing. So, the two consonants are written as one with a shadda above to indicate emphasis. The shadda is that slanted W. As in shakka. Shakka is to doubt, to suspect. So rhymes with falla or fa'a. Radda. Radda, to reply or reject, depending on the context. Adda, to count. Dhanna, to think or assume. Dhanna. As you see, the verb is so stressed and needs some comfort. Do you have any suggestions for help? In the perfect, whenever the suffix begins with a vowel, or with your vowels, the short vowels, U represent the dhamma, A, the fatha, and I, the kasra. The radicals number 2 and 3 remain unified, topped with a shadda. This situation is reflected with the subject pronoun huwa, he. Third person singular masculine. Hiya, she. Third person singular feminine. And huma, dual masculine and feminine. And hum, third person plural masculine. So here we have an example with the verb halla. Halla, to solve. So huwa halla, he solved his problem. Alright, see here, we kept the two radicals, number 2 and 3, together. Alright, topped with a shadda and a fatha. So where is the suffix? The suffix starts right after the third radical. So the third radical, here we have 2 in 1 together. So here, right after lam, we have a fatha. So fatha is the suffix, which is a vowel. That's why when you have a vowel, you will keep the 2 letters together, unified. Hiya hallat, she solved her problem. He solved his problem and she solved her problem, and you solved your problems, and huma, they, both of them, they solved their problems. Huma halla, so we have fatha and alif representing the dual. Huma hallata, we add the ta because it's feminine, dual, third person. And huma hallu, here the vowel suffix is a dhamma. That's why we stress the lam. Hallu. Alright. A separation of the combined consonants is observed in the remaining conjugations with suffixes that begin with a consonant, the letters ta and nun. And as I have already stated about the aspect of the past tense conjugations, beginning with a consonant, that a sukun has to be placed right before the suffix. And the stem vowel, fatha, the one that sits on top of the middle radical. Radical number 2 is the mark of the middle radical, just as it would be for any sound verb form 1. So doubled verb obeys the same principle as in عرف, sound verb form 1, to know. I say أنا عرفت, right? So we have the suffix ta and preceded by a sukun. حب, to love, geminate, form 1 verb. حببت, see, they rhyme. عرفت, حببت. You conjugate them the same way. نجح, another sound verb, to succeed. And نجحت, in the past, first person, singular, I succeeded. ظن, to think or assume. ظننت, I assumed or I thought, so same. نجحت, ظننت, عرفت, حببت. Therefore, you have to unravel the joined letters under these circumstances. So أنا حللت. Here we have the stem vowel فتحة right on top of the second radical, and a sukun precedes the suffix, the consonant suffix ta. So حللت, أنت حللت, أنت حللتِ. Alright? And for نحن the same thing. حللنا. أنتما second person, dual, feminine and masculine. We have the same conjugation. حللتما, تما, أنتما, حللتما. And suffix is borrowed from the subject's pronoun تما. أنتم second person, plural, masculine. أنتم حللتم. Again, same thing. The stem vowel فتحة, sukun, and then the suffix. أنتن, second person, plural, feminine, حللتن, and هن, third person, plural, feminine, حللنا. In the imperfect, just as for the past tense, if the suffix begins with a consonant, the second and third radicals are separated. The stem vowel dhamma, this time we have dhamma for the imperfect, is written between them with a sukun placed over the last radical. Same thing. So here, where is it? We have just two examples in here. Just for أنتن second person plural feminine and هن third person plural feminine. أنتن تحللن. So we have a prefix and sukun on top of the first radical, dhamma, the stem vowel, and then a sukun followed by the suffix, the consonant suffix nun. أنتن تحللن. You are solving, or you solve. هن يحللن. Now, when the imperfect suffix begins with a vowel, as it does in every case but two, the second and third person, plural feminine, an unusual thing happens. Uh-oh. While the second and the third radicals remain strongly joined by virtue of their devotion, crowned with a shadda, the stem vowel dhamma appears immediately right after the first radical. It moves over one position to the right, even though the stem vowel is meant for the middle radical. With Arabic, expect the unexpected. So you will see the Dhamma peacefully hanging between the first and second radicals. أحل. See here, we have our prefixes, and after the first radical, you may spot the stem vowel. Alright? حو. أحل. تحل. تحلين. Here, تحلين, the kasra matches the following ya, the long vowel ya. تحلين. هو يحل. هي تحل. نحن نحل. Alright? تحلان يحلان. تحلان تحلون, and هم يحلون. Okay? So here the radicals are kept together, but for the feminine plural. Easy to remember. Please note that there are two Jussive conjugations for the big five. So two methods. The subject pronouns أنا, أنت, نحن, هو, and هي. They require a sukun after the first radical for the split of the following second and third doubled letters. Or we may keep the letters unified with a fatha as a suffix instead of the typical suffix sukun for the Jussive. As you know, for the Jussive, the conjugations end with a sukun, subjunctive with a fatha. But in modern standard Arabic, the assimilated method is more in use with these conjugations. Thus, the imperfect Jussive and subjunctive conjugations look identical. So here, you may say, أنا أحلل. See here, we have the sukun on top of the first radical, and we have the stem vowel dhamma in the middle, and the typical ending of the Jussive, the sukun. Or you may say أحل, which is also the subjunctive. So you will have the same thing for both. Alright? So here, if you know your indicative, the imperfect indicative, you will just turn the dhamma to a fatha for the imperfect subjunctive and the Jussive. So أحل, mostly, as I said, we use this. أنت تحلل, again we have sukun, dhamma and sukun, or تحل. هو يحل or يحلل, and هي تحل or تحلل. You have two methods. You have two choices. نحلل, نحل. So for the rest, you will just witness the omission of the noon from the imperfect indicative to the imperfect subjunctive or Jussive. We have the omission of the noon, but for the second person feminine plural and third person feminine plural, they are the same. تحللنا, تحللنا, يحللنا, يحللنا. Okay? So you may say, if you use the verb shakka, to doubt or to suspect, which is constructed with be or fi. So it will be followed by be or fi. أنا لم أشكك. I didn't doubt. So لم plus imperfect Jussive, because لم puts the particle لم puts the following imperfect in the Jussive mood. Or لم أشك, if you want to keep the two radicals all together. لم أشك, I didn't doubt. لن أشك, if you want to use the imperfect subjunctive, because لن is the cause of this mood, the subjunctive. لن أشك, see, we have لم أشك, لن أشك, لن أشك, I will not doubt. So they sound and look the same. So the verb, so you will conjugate the geminate verb in jussive or subjunctive the same way. So just know one of them. I don't doubt your ability to carry on learning Arabic. أنا لا أشك. With la, when we negate any verb with la, the verb is not affected at all by this particle. There is no change in the mood. أنا لا أشك. You keep the imperfect indicative. في, شك في, أنا لا أشك في has to be followed by the preposition في. قدرتكم, قدرة. قدرة is a verbal noun. So here, after the preposition, you have to use a verbal noun. قدرة في قدرتكم, your ability. Because it's your ability, I have to say kum. I have to add the kum to قدرة. قدرتكم في على الاستمرار, على الاستمرار to carry on. From the verb استمر. استمر form 10 to persist or persevere. على الاستمرار في تعلم اللغة العربية. So to carry on learning تعلم. So الاستمرار استمرار في. So الاستمرار verbal noun of استمر plus في plus the verbal noun of تعلم. في تعلم اللغة العربية. So I don't doubt your ability to carry on learning Arabic, for sure. With the imperative conjugations of doubled verb, you have two options for the second person singular. أنت, you. So here we have أحلل or حلة. Actually, you may base the conjugations on the imperfect jussive. You will have to remove just the prefix. So instead of تحل, you would have حلة. Or أحلل, you would substitute the ta with the u. And this u is matching the stem vowel damma. U, أحلل. Or just حلة. It's better to remember this way if you just use حلة. حلي. So what do? We remove the prefix of the jussive to have حلي, second person, singular, feminine. Or حلة. حلة. Here we just removed the prefix حلة and حلو, the same thing. And for حللنا, here we cannot keep we can never keep the double radicals together with feminine plural. All right? So for أنتن, second person plural feminine, here we have substituted the prefix ta with the u, like in here, and we kept the rest. أحللنا. It's very easy. حل. We know that حل means to solve, but it has other definitions depending on the context. To lose, to loosen, to unfold. And with the expression حل محله. محل means a place or a business or shop or store. محل. But if you say حل محله, means he took his place or he replaced him. محله, his place. So here there is a replacement. حل محل means is taking the place of someone. So here حل محله, he took his place. حلا, حلا, third person, dual, masculine. حلا المشكلة بسهولة. They solved the problem with ease or easily. وددت, from the verb ود, to love, to like, or to wish for. وددت لو, remember this particle? The one that we use to make polite requests? We can also use it to make a wish for something. So ود لو, وددت لو. And it doesn't affect the mood of the following imperfect. So وددت لو أقضي الصيف في الجبل. وددت لو, I wish I could. I wish I could spend, from the verb قضى, to spend. I wish I could spend the summer. وددت لو أقضي الصيف. الصيف, the object of قضى. So I wish I could spend the summer in the mountain. في الجبل. Alright? ود لو. I wish for. أنا أعدك من أهم شخص في حياتي. That you may say to someone. So the verb عد means to count, but it may also mean to consider, depending on the context. That's why context is very important. So أنا أعدك, I consider you. أعدك من أهم شخص. أهم means the most important. أهم, مهم means important. من أهم, the most important, an elative adjective. شخص, person. في حياتي, in my life. في حياتي. So I consider you عد من. أعد من. فر, فر, to flee, to escape, to run away, to run off. لم يفر, or لم يفرر. Here we have لم, the particle لم, plus the imperfect subjunctive, with two options. لم يفر, that looks like the subjunctive, or لم يفرر, that looks like a typical Jussive, with the sukun in the end. من العدو, he didn't. لم is rendered with didn't. He didn't run away, or he didn't escape from the enemy. فر من, to escape from. شرحه يدل على عمق فهمه للموضوع. شرحه, شرح, explanation. شرحه, his explanation. That who refers to his explanation. Third person singular masculine, his. يدل, from the verb دل. دل means to show, to indicate, to direct. So to direct your attention to something. Indicates, so شرحه is his explanation, indicates or shows. دل على. دل has to be followed by على. Alright? عمقي is a verbal noun. عمق means depth. على عمقي. دل على عمقي. فهمه. فهمه, his. Again we have that ها. ها with kasra, because it is preceded by على, the preposition على. شرحه. شرحه, the who with dhamma, because we have started the sentence with the subject شرحه. So عمقه على, the preposition على, عمق فهمه, his understanding, فهم, understanding, عمق, depth. للموضوع of the subject. So موضوع means subject. His explanation indicates the depth of his understanding of the subject. تمت المصادقة على المشروع, or I can say تمت المصادقة على المشروع. Instead of keeping the sukun of the conjugation, I can use a helping vowel. There is a lesson about helping vowels, you can check. So to smooth the transition from the first word to the other, تمت المصادقة. It's not necessary, but it sounds better. It's not mandatory though. تمت المصادقة على المشروع. The project was approved. So here, the verb تم means to be fulfilled, or to be completed, or to take place. It is usually followed by a verbal noun. المصادقة is a verbal noun. This verbal noun should be translated in the passive voice, and تم itself should be left untranslated. So here the project was approved. تمت المصادقة على المشروع. Alright? Completely different structures. So you understand it and you translate it in the right way. Right grammar. There is a specific grammar for each language. Alright? Our body is doubled. We were given 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 arms, 2 legs to function better. So why not gemination of radicals in verbs? Maybe to conjugate better. Actually, it's very easy to conjugate geminate verbs, I think. So it is neat to stack the letters because clutter equals trouble, right? I hope you enjoyed. Until then, enjoy your week and weekend. Goodbye.